The Extreme HD rear bumper from Barricade will be one of your most affordable options on the site when shopping for your 06 to 14 F150 and are looking to switch out that factory bumper in favor of a burly aftermarket steel option, giving you not only a little bit more protection, but also a little bit more functionality as well. Now, it is important to point out that the design of the Barricade option here is more than just looks. These are actually functional as well. Now, the most obvious bit of functionality can be found on the very sides here with these cutouts, which will act as steps, allowing you to step onto that part and access your bed much easier in the process. You're also looking at a couple of cutouts right here as well, which are just practically begging for some sort of rear-facing auxiliary light, whether a 3-inch cube, maybe a small little rectangle. You have some options with these cutouts, and it will definitely help you light up those dark nights or dark driveways when backing up. And it's nice that the Barricade does include that. Also, can't forget, guys, this thing does come pre-drilled for those factory backup sensors if equipped, which will certainly make your life a little bit easier when it comes time for the installation. Now, if your truck is not equipped with these factory backup sensors, Barricade does also toss in some plugs to cover these guys up when not in use. The Barricade is packing heavy-duty 3mm steel plate throughout, which is then fully welded both inside and out, and then finished off in a 2-stage epoxy coating. So altogether, yes, prospective buyers can definitely look forward to a massive upgrade in strength over that factory piece that you will be replacing. Another thing owners can look forward to with the Barricade is its very unique appearance. It's very angular with the cutouts and the overall design, and is definitely more of an aftermarket appearing type of bumper for the owners who are into that sort of thing. So the rear bumper category is definitely filled with a ton of cool and quality options. However, things can get very pricey very quick. Now, the Barricade that we have here is going to be a nice alternative to those bumpers, all for around $700. Now, if you did want to stick with an entry-level or budget-friendly rear bumper option that's going to give off maybe a little bit more of a factory appearance, then options from Deviate or even Steelcraft, which you can find here on the site as well, will be similarly priced to the Barricade option here, and will definitely offer more of that toned down look we just talked about, and will still pack that heavy duty steel build. Install will be relatively straightforward, but of course will involve some elbow grease due to the weight of this thing. So let's call it 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. And to give you a better idea of what's expected with this job, here is an AT Tech with a walkthrough.
Tools required for this install: a flathead screwdriver, a 3/8 drive extension, a 10mm socket, a 3/8 drive ratchet, a 13/16 socket, and a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. We're going to begin this installation by removing the factory bumper. The first step, we're going to disconnect all the lights and the sensors. So if your bumper is equipped with rear parking sensors, you'll need to unplug those as well. However, this only has license plate lights, so we're going to get started on that. So to remove the license plate light, we're just going to take it, we're going to turn it counterclockwise, 1/4 of a turn. It'll unlock, and then you can pull it out. So 1/4 turn clockwise, that'll unlock, then you can pull the light out. So after you've disconnected all your sensors and lights, you're ready to remove the bolts out of the bumper. There's 3 bolts on either side of the bumper. There's 1 on the bottom, and there's gonna be 2 up on top. So we're gonna use a 10mm socket to remove those, and then we'll pull the bumper off. One's a little tricky to get, and it's up here on the inside of the frame rail. Next, we're going to remove this bottom 10mm. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. At this point in time, it would be a good idea to have someone hold the other side of the bumper while we remove these last 3 bolts. Now that we have all the bolts out and I have a helper, we're going to pull this bumper off. So now that we have our factory bumper off, it's time to switch over some of the pieces. We're going to begin by removing the license plate light housings. To do that, we're just going to press in on the one side, and then we'll push it out and pull it all the way out. We're just going to push in on this top tab. It's going to poke through, then we're going to push it all the way through and just pull it out of the plastic. So next, we're going to remove the lock for the spare tire. So we're going to pop that open. We'll stick our key in there, and then you just want to turn it clockwise to unlock it and then pull the housing out. So the next step to install this bumper, we're going to have to remove the factory tow hitch. So we're going to unplug the trailer wiring harness, then we're going to remove the nuts off the back of this triple bolt plate, and we'll pull the hitch off. Next, we're going to use a 13/16 to remove these 3 nuts. So now that we have all of the nuts removed, 3 on each side, we're going to go ahead and pull the hitch off. So with our new bumper on the table, we're ready to switch over some of our pieces. We're going to begin with our license plate light housings. Those are just going to push in. Next step, we're going to install the spare tire access lock. Just going to insert that in the hole. Turn the key counterclockwise, and that'll lock it in place. Next, we're going to install the plastic plugs for the license plate provided. We'll just push those into these top holes here. So next step, we're going to install the plugs for the rear parking sensors. Now, if you do have parking sensors, they're going to install in these holes here. Since we do not, we're going to install these rubber plugs that are provided. To do this, we're just going to push them in from the back side. So the next step, before we install this bumper, we'll need to remove this triple bolt plate, and we'll need to move it onto the other side of this bumper as the bumper sits into the hitch. So we're just going to pull this out, and we'll put this through the back side of the bumper. So now that we've relocated our bolt plates to the other side of the bumper, we're going to place our hitch onto the bumper. So with some assistance, we're going to lift the trailer hitch up, and we're going to slide it onto our bolt plates. So now that we have everything put together on the ground, we're going to pick this up and stick it on the truck. Now the bumper can be a little tough to install since you have to keep the hitch and the bumper together while you insert the bolt plates. However, with some assistance, we did get it on and we're ready to install the factory nuts. So now that we have all of our factory hardware reinstalled, we're ready to tighten up our bumper. Now we do have slotted holes, so we're able to adjust how high or low we want the bumper to sit. So we're going to use our 13/16 to tighten that up and adjust it as needed. So with your bumper tight and adjusted, you're ready to reinstall your trailer harness and your license plate lights. To install the license plate lights, we're going to insert them in the hole and turn them clockwise a quarter turn to lock them in place. Now with everything tightened up, you're ready to reinstall your license plate. And that wraps up our review and install. Check out more at AmericanTrucks.com.